Evening. Welcome to the Town of Ayer Finance Committee meeting on Thursday, April 18th at 6 p.m. This is Kurt Freskowski, Chairman of the Finance Committee. This is a hybrid meeting. The meeting of the Finance Committee will be held in person at the location provided on this notice. Members of the public are welcome to attend this in-person meeting. Please note that while an option for remote attendance and/or participation via Zoom is being provided as a courtesy to the public, the meeting hearing will not be suspended or terminated if technological problems interrupt the virtual broadcast, unless otherwise required by law. Members of the public with particular interest in a specific item on this agenda should make plans for in-person versus virtual attendance accordingly. This meeting will be live on Zoom. The public may access the proceedings by joining Zoom meeting ID 860-8777-1519 or by calling 929-205-6099. For additional information about remote participation, please contact Carly Antonellis, Assistant Town Manager at atm@ayer.mass.us or 978-772-8220, extension 100, prior to the meeting. I'm going to call the meeting to order. In attendance is myself, Kurt Freskowski, Eric Scheckman, and Jin Hong. Andrew Seeley has not been able to make it, unfortunately, and Bob France will be joining us by Zoom, but we do have a quorum with the three in attendance here. The first item on the agenda is the review and approval of the March 21st meeting minutes. And are there any additions, questions on that?
No.
Can I have a motion?
Make a motion to approve the meeting minutes from March 21st, 2024.
Okay.
I second it.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, and Bob has not left us yet, so the three in attendance say aye. And Eric, we do have the minutes from March 27th joint meeting. Why don't we just go ahead and approve, review and approve those for the record also?
Sure.
Okay, so-
Do we need to make a motion to add it to the agenda so it's on the
Yes,
agenda?
well, let's do that first, yes, if you could do that, please. Or,
I'd like to make a motion to amend the agenda to add the approval of the meeting minutes from the March 27th meeting.
second that? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. So we're going to review and approve the meeting minutes from the March 27th Joint Select and Finance Committee meeting. So these minutes are a quick summary of the Finance Committee joining that meeting, and the full minutes of that meeting can be found under the Selectmen. I will actually make a motion to approve those minutes.
Yeah, we already did. Yes, so I will second your motion.
Okay. And all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, with 3 votes, that is approved. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, moving on, the first item on the agenda is the fiscal FY 2025 budget review. We have done most of that. We did have one question come up on the debt, principal, and interest, and I asked Barbara Tierney to join us just to give us a quick education piece on that. Would you like to join in, Barbara?
Sure. So I understand that the interest percentage increase on the fiscal 25 budget it seems like a large increase. The reason is back in fiscal 22, the accountant at the time consolidated the principal and interest payments into one budget line. And then during fiscal 23 and then 24 and now 25, we've redistributed those amounts between interest and principal. So what I ask you to do is look at the bottom line of the budget increase, which is actually 11.3 0.33% versus those individual interest and principal lines, because we're just getting back into flowing through, having things in those separated out again. So I did bring this, I'm just gonna, bear with me 1 second.
Thank you.
You can share this if you like.
Yes, please.
And let me figure out, I just gotta remember how to share. Bear with me. Share. So this is what you have in front of you, right here. So as you can see, I just went back a few years, and even though in 22 on the budget, it says 0 for the budgeted interest, we actually paid $223,000 in interest that year. And 23 on that budget document, because we were just starting to, re-separate the interest from the principal, even though it says 80,000, we actually paid 182. So one thing I will point out is if you see from 22 to 23, we did have a significant decrease where a lot of our debt fell off or, finished being paid. And because of COVID, there had been such a stall in projects that we didn't have the normal replacement that you would normally have. And so it went down to the 887, and now we're kind of really getting back up to our normal standards. And I'll show you one other item. Bear with me. I don't know if I can do it this way. So this is the other one I was providing for you. If you look, I know it's hard to see and it's big, but the top line is the general fund. So, in 22, we were at almost 1.3 million, 21, almost 1.2. So historically, our debt service has been well over $1 million. It was just this unprecedented time that we had the debt fall off and it didn't get replaced like normal.
And just to, if you could just sort of.
Yeah, and you can see
so
here.
those are principal and interest entries, and
Yeah.
we see there that it wasn't properly,
Yep, so when we did the 23
Wasn't
budget and the 22 budget, the prior town accountant had consolidated it into one line. And then now here's us, bringing it back out. But so because of that, on the budget document, it looks like this 44% increase in interest, but it's just a little skewed, but we're getting back to normal. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah.
Any questions, Eric or Jim?
Yeah. So I know you've seen this with some other budgets where it looked like minuses, and it was the same thing. The accountant had consolidated certain general ledger numbers for budgeting purposes, and we're kind of re-expanding back out.
So let me ask you a question. So in the previous years, when it was just one number, the debt was properly reported. It was just not shown as principal and interest.
Right, on here it was not, yeah.
And then now it is being properly.
Yep, now we're pulling that out. And then the last thing I'll mention to you is every year we have to estimate some interest and some debt, because we're budgeting now for a year and a half from now, June 30th of 25. So any estimated debt does go in the interest line. It's just the normal procedure for budgeting debt, that your estimated will go there. So
Okay.
a little high, yep.
Very good. Well, thank you
right.
very, very much, Barbara.
So let me stop sharing.
I am going to open this particular item to any public comment or questions. Okay, seeing none. Thank you, Barbara.
Okay.
And we will move on to the next item in the agenda.
Sure, I'm just gonna stay here in case for the Zoom.
Oh, okay, good. Thank you. Appreciate that. The next item on our agenda is the town meeting, which is going to be next Monday, April 22nd at 7 p.m.? Or is it?
Yes,
yeah,
it's
7, okay, good. Yeah, make sure. So I'm going to sort of cover the outside committee updates. The only outside committee update is the buy board, which met earlier this week or late last week. And again, just discussed the essentially the nuts and bolts of the town meeting. And the one thing, as far as we're concerned, is that our Finance Committee will be joining the Select Board, on the stage. And I'm going to throw this out for the committee's consideration. At this point, I and Andrew Seeley will be on the stage representing the Finance Committee. And I just want to, unless Eric and Jin, you're welcome to join us or join us in the audience.
Oh, I'll be there anyway, so I can join you on stage if that's,
Okay.
that doesn't matter to me, that's fine.
All right, cool. All right, so then we'll have three of us on stage. And Jin, or
I'm fine sitting in the audience.
the one honest person in the group. Okay, well, very good then. So for next Monday, then it'll be Kurt, Andrew, and Eric on the stage for the town meeting. And again, I touched on the outside committee updates, which was only the by board. And the next item is our scheduling our meetings. Now, we have been meeting on the first and third Thursdays of the month. Now that we are going into May and the town meeting is done, what I would like to throw out to the group, what I was considering for our consideration is if we would want to do for starting in May and through the summer, one meeting a month. And if we can choose either the first or third Thursday.
That sounds fun to me. I don't really have much of a preference of which Thursday.
I was gonna say, do we want to do the third Thursday just simply because we're on the third Thursday now? That way it's essentially a month away.
6:14 p.m.
I like that. Okay. All right. Can I have, so then we're looking at the meetings for May, June, July, and August will be on the third Thursday of the month at 6 o'clock at Town Hall. Can I get, and I will add to that, September, we will look at resuming the first and third 2 meetings a month as we begin to get into the next budget season. Mm-hmm. And then also, I think we should just mention that if need be, we can have extra meetings needed if it needed. You know?
Did you say May, June, July, and August, or just May, June, July?
May, June, July, and August. Yeah. Anyone like to make a motion on that? Or if I will go. Can I make the motion on that? I believe, yeah.
Please.
So I will make a motion then that we will be meeting on the third Thursday of the month for the months of May, June, July, and August, and resuming our previous schedule of the first and third, starting in Thursdays of the month starting in September. I move that.
Seconded?
Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And aye. We have 3 voting, and aye. So moved and passed. Okay. That's all we have on our agenda. Anything else, Jin or Eric, that we should discuss before we?
Nope, not from me.
All right. I'd like to open it for public comments. Okay. Having none, I think the meeting, we've covered every items on the agenda.
Yeah, sounds good.
I'd like to take Andrew's role and
I guess propose to adjourn the meeting.
you make a motion to.
I make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Seconded?
Okay. So all those in favor of adjourning the meeting as of 6:17 p.m. Thursday, April 18th?
Aye.
Aye and aye. The meeting is adjourned as of 6:18 p.m. Thank you very much.